I'm not an Indigenous person, but I've got a lot of friends who are. And through the years, they've taught me a lot, as have all my friends. I've got no need to speak for them because they can do that for themselves. But I want to spend a few minutes talking from a non-Indigenous perspective about a few of the things I've learned as we've built our friendships. Now, every person on the earth is unique, and building a relationship has to start with getting to know the individual in front of you. Because our country is just beginning to come to terms with the story of our Indigenous people, media messages have painted a people group that's everything from helpless victims to revolutionary rock stars. But Indigenous people are, first of all, people. And getting to know our Indigenous teens starts with asking them to help you understand the things that make up who they are, both the things inside of them and the things around them. Here are a few ideas that just might help with that. Firstly, don't assume that the teen in front of you is as interested in their culture as you are. Many are, but not all. So take time to find out what they are interested in, what they value. Just like any other teen, there'll be things they enjoy and things they don't enjoy. There'll be ways they're like you and ways they aren't. So get to know the individual and find out how they have been impacted by the larger story of Indigenous people in Canada. For Indigenous people in particular, their individual story is often tied to the larger story. So don't forget to ask them about their family's story. Maybe by saying, "Tell me about your family. Who's important to you? What have you learned from them?" That's all part of finding out about who the teen that sits before you is. Here's another thing. Different people have different cadences in their conversation. It's kind of like the speed or the pattern that the conversation follows. Some people connect best side by side, some face to face. Be aware of these uniqueness in each teen that you're getting to know. And when you're communicating with an Indigenous person, the cadence of conversation may be different than what you are used to. So listen, watch, and let them lead. Don't rush, and be comfortable with silence. And you also got to be ready to laugh with them, especially at yourself and your own mistakes as you figure out how to be a good friend to them within their world. Here's a third thing. Don't take it personally if the young person has complaints about a particular white person or white people in general. We got to remember that racism is part of their everyday lives. And finding out how you respond to this is part of finding out if you're safe for them. So listen with empathy, trying to imagine what it must be like to walk in their shoes. Most of us have no idea about the many things, the looks, the disregarding, the assumptions that Indigenous people have to bear. And I'm amazed at the graciousness I've encountered in my friends as they choose to trust me despite what experience would tell them to do. Building relationships with Indigenous teens, just like that of any other teen, takes time. But God pursues us with incredible patience because He believes we're worth it. As we reflect Him in our relationships, let's do the same with Indigenous teens.